Good morning, Internet. This is Alex does Sudokus, and it is Thursday, the 10th of September 2020, and we're going to do another New York Times hard Sudoku. So let's dive right in with some Snyder notations. We can find a pair of ones over here thanks to those two ones, and already we're stuck. So what about twos? I have a pair of twos here because of this two and that two. That forms a pointer pair of twos, which locks a two in this cell in the cage because the twos are taking that row, and this two locks the column. So that creates another pair of twos up there, and I have another pair of twos here because of these twos and that two. And I think that's it. So what about threes? Threes. 3, 3. So I have a pair of threes here, thanks to these two threes. And these two threes locks a pair of threes up there. These two threes don't do anything. So let's move on to fours. I have a 4 up here because of these two fours, and that 4 down here. And that forms nothing down here. So I have a pair of 4s down here because of these two 4s locking the columns. These two 4s blocks a pair of 4s in this row, and I think that's it for 4. So let's have a look at 5s. I've only got 1 5, so that's a weak number. So let's quickly scan around and see if we can find any naked digits. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So that's 3 and 7. This can see a 3 and 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't see a 6, I can see a 7, but I can't see an 8. So let's have a look at the 8s. 8s are locked in these two cells because of that 8 and that 8, so that actually unlocks a 3 over here, which locks a pair of 3s over here, because the rows are now taken. So I've got 3, 4 pair there, which forces a 7 down here because of that 7. So what can we do with that? These are now 5s and 9s. I've got 9 here, so that has to be a 5, which means that's a 9. So that forces another 9 over here because of the columns being taken, and that 9 takes the row. So now these two 9s sandwiches a 9 in here because of this column being taken. So can we do more? Yes, we have another 9 here because of these 3 9s locking the columns in a row. So that finally locks, oh no, sorry, it's down here. That locks the final 9 down here. So we have a weak area here, which is a 5 and 6. 5 and 6. So let's have a look at the 6s. 6s are locked in these two cells and these two cells. That's not useful for me. So what about 5s? I wasn't 5s before, wasn't I? So 5s are locked in these two cells. That doesn't do anything for us either. So let's look at this row. We're missing 1, 6, and 8. Oh, I've got 1 and 6 here, so that's 1, 6, and 8 on this row. 8 has to go here, and if the 8 goes there, then I've got a pair of 8s because of these two 8s, so that forces an 8. Oh no, that forces an 8 up here, and I've already got 2 8s, so don't know what's going on with me today, just making lots of mistakes. So that still doesn't resolve the 1 6, does it? So 1s. So 1s are locked in these two cells as well, which means 1s are up there. In fact, I've got a pair of 1s here because I've got 2 8 pair there, and that one takes out that cell. So that pair of 1s locks a pair of 1s up there because of that one, and these pointer ones locking these two cells, and a pointer pair of 1s locking that cell. Doesn't give me anything though, so I still can't resolve the 1 6 pair. So have I got any more weak areas? can I attack this column? 2, 3 and 7. I've got 2 down here. What about 3s? No. So, okay. So that 3 takes out the 3 from this cell, and 3's already locked in columns 1 and 2, so there has to be a pair of 3's down here. Does that help me at all? Probably not. So these are 2, 3. Oh, hang on. That's 2, 3 and 7 as well, isn't it? Didn't we have a 2, 3 and 7? 2, 3 and 7 here as well. Does that do anything? Now 3 can't go there. But both 2 and 7 can. So can I do anything with 2's? Not that I can see, so it may be worth just doing a little round of Snyder notations now actually. So 1's, 1, 1, 1, 2's, 2's, 3's, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4's. Oh, I've really got a blocked nose this morning, so apologies for the voice, but thankfully I currently have no viewers anyway, so it's probably okay. 6. Okay, I've got a pair of 6's down here. Now, does that do anything for us? 6. So 6's are locked in these 2 cells as well because of that 6 and the 1, 8 pair. So 6 can't go in there. Doesn't do anything actually. So 7's. 7's are locked in there because of that 7. So 7 can't go in that cell either. So I've got a pair of 7's here as well because 7 can't go in these 2 cells on that row. So that unlocks the 3 and the 2, which resolves this as a 7 as the only number left. So now I've got a pair of 7's down here because of that 7 and that 7. So that locks a 7 up here, which resolves the 7 over here. And these 2 7's locks a 7 over here as well. So now 7, 6. So these are 3's and something else, but 3 can't go there. So what else is missing? 2. So with that 3, I can resolve the 4 and 3 down here. And with the 4, I can lock a pair of 4's down here. 4, 4, and nothing else. So what about, did I fill in something else? 2 maybe? That 2 unlocks the 2 and 8. And that 8 locks a pair of 8's down here because of 2 8's taking the columns and 1 8 taking the row. So 2 has to be here as well because 2 can't go in any of the other cages on that column. So that resolves the 2 and the 3, which means that's the final 3 because of these 2 3's, and that 2 means the final 2 is in here as well. So 2's and 3's are done. So these are 5's and 5 and 6's. I've got 6 into that cell, so 5 and 6's are resolvable, which means I have a pair of 6's up here. So I've got 6's locked in column 7 and 8 in these 2 cages, so 6 has to go in there. So that's 1 and 5 resolved as well. So that 5 locks the 5 in here because of the 1, 6. And also I have another 5 down here. So 5's are locked in these 2 cells as well, but we probably don't need to know that anymore. So these are 5's and 7's. Oh, we still can't resolve them actually. So what about these? Well, that can't be a 6 because of that 6. So 6 and 1. So that resolves the 1 and 8 up here. And that 8 locks an 8 down here. And that 8 locks an 8 over there. And let's see, that's all the 8s, isn't it? Yep. So this is not right. I've got 3 candidates in 2 cells. So 6 sees into that cell. So 7 and 6 are resolvable. 5 and 7 are resolvable. What about down here? These are 4s and 8. No, 4s and 5s. Can't resolve that just yet, but the 5 is locked in this cell because of that 5, and I've got 4-7 pair there. Also, I've got 5 up there, so 5 and 1 are resolvable, and that 5 is locked in here as well. And this is now a 4, so 4 is also locked in here and here, so that's a 7. So 7, 6, and finally a 1, and 1 and 6. So that's today's New York Times hard Sudoku. I hope that's been useful. Please like and subscribe if you do come across the video and find it useful. Otherwise, I shall see you guys tomorrow. Bye!